Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're going to be going over how to hit the ball out of some deep rough. Now you might find yourself hitting a bad shot off the tee and you might get yourself into some long grass, but it's not going to be that bad if you can get yourself out of the rough and get yourself into a good position to have a follow-up shot and maybe get onto the green. So a couple key points for hitting it out of the rough is that you don't want to be a hero trying to get out, because with the rough you might think that you need to hit harder to get through, and while that is a bit of the case, you don't want to try to overexert yourself with your club because you might mishit it. The faster you swing, the easier it is to have a mishit. So what I would suggest is focus on getting out of the rough and into a safe position to play afterwards. So even if you're really far away, don't try to hit a really hard shot to try to make up for that distance that you might be losing. Rather, set yourself up for a smart follow-up shot so you can recover better on an easier shot. Now you might not be able to see my ball because it's so far into the grass here, and so that might be intimidating for you. What you really need to work on is that your club selection should be a club that has a high enough loft to be able to cut through and help pop that ball up and out of the grass. A lower lofted club is not going to help you because it wants to take a little bit longer to get off the ground, and so that's going to actually have more effect on the grass than you really want it to. So I'm going to be using a 9-iron here, even though I have a decent ways to get to the green, because I would rather get it out up into a controlled shot onto the fairway than try to muscle it out. So when you want a higher lofted club, you're going to have the ball, so you want to make sure that you're not putting the club too close to the ball to try to move the ball by accident and incur a penalty. So you're going to want to set the club just a little bit behind the ball, have the ball about in the center of your stance. And when you're setting up with your grip, don't hold the club at the very edge. Choke down a little bit so you're a bit about a couple inches from the edge of your club, because that's going to give you a bit more control, and control is key to this shot. So you choke down, have the ball in the center of your stance, and this is going to be about a 3/4 swing, because again, having as much control in this shot is key. So choke down, come back up about 3/4, and maybe have a bit steeper to be able to get down on that ball so you're having as little contact with the grass as possible, because the more grass that you take behind the ball, the easier it is for the grass to catch your club and jerk it left and right and have a miss hit, or even decelerate your club so you don't get as much speed as you possibly can and get the ball as far as you need to. So come back up and maybe come down just a little bit steeper than you're normally used to, but with your club being choked up and having a 3/4 swing, you're going to have a little bit more control to be able to get that angle of attack a bit better where you need to have it. So you go up, a bit steeper of a swing here, so normally you would be out and around to try to sweep the ball up and out. This, you're actually going to want to come down just a little bit. Don't overdo it, because then you'll end up chunking it. This is just to pop the ball up and out. So up and come down a little bit steeper so that you can use that loft to get the ball up and out and have that ball pop out as quickly of the long grass as you possibly can. So in profile, have the club just behind the ball, choke down on it, ball in the center of your stance, back up about 3/4, and then come down and pop the ball up out of the grass. And you're going to want to have a little bit harder of a swing. Don't overdo it on the swing, but you want to have just maybe a little bit firmer of a swing so you can get through that grass without any difficulty. And so that ball should have popped up and gone into a good safe area for you to be able to have your next shot follow up and be able to have a good recovery shot and get onto the green and be able to save yourself a couple strokes. So I hope that answers any questions that you might have. And if there are any others, please leave them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.